Welcome to my channel Kodamugen.
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, right, we'll see one-way data binding. So in the last video, I have explained what is two-way data binding, what are the directives that needs to be used, and how this one-way data binding, two-way data binding works. So in today's video, we will see one-way data binding, how the data is sent from the component to the UI, and how the property is being declared, and how we are initializing the value for the property. Okay, so when we say one day data binding, right, the data is sent from component to UI, and there is no reverse way where the UI data will flow into the component. Okay, for example, here if you see, right, I have first name property and last name property. I have Sachin and Tendulkar. Okay, so how we will take this property and display it in the HTML is using the interpolation. So we can use this way to get the data from your component to the HTML. So there is one more example also. Without interpolation, right? There is a property for the header also. So how we can use that and get the data, we'll see. Okay, so we'll jump into the HTML code and we'll see what we have written. Okay, so the default header, right, I have given one way data binding, and if you see in the header too, I'm just having the first name property and last name property. Okay, so whatever the value that we are initializing, right, in the TypeScript, it will come here and it will get displayed. That is how it works. So this is called the interpolation, where we take the initialized value using the property definition from the TypeScript to the HTML. So this line I have commented, so we'll go first, we will check this example and then we'll see what is this, and how this inner text way of value initialization, right, how it flows. Okay, so we'll jump into the TypeScript and see what are the declarations we have done. Okay, so uh, as I explained in my previous video also, you can ignore all this one. So there is nothing except component import, right? No other import is required here. Okay, so we directly come into the export class, where we see the first name property, last name property. Okay, so first name property is initialized with Sachin and last name is initialized with Tendulkar. Okay, so I have already compiled this code actually. So now what we'll do, we'll just save this one, let it recompile. Now we'll open our browser and see what it is showing. Okay, so I have this inbuilt browser here. You can see the example. Okay, we'll compare it with the HTML and then we'll go with the TypeScript. So what it has done, whatever the property first name and last name, right, we have given here and the value has been initialized, it has just taken that value and it is displaying in the header too. Okay, so nothing different it is doing, it is just taking the value and displaying. This is how the one-way data binding works. It means your data will always flow from your component to the UI, to the HTML, whatever you see in the display. Okay, so now we'll see the other way how we can get it. Okay, so if you see here, I have this name property initialized and I have taken this first name. I have not initialized any other value. I'm just taking this value and then I'm just adding a space over it and then the last name. Okay, so when we have this name property, right, there are different ways how we can take this name property and display it in the HTML. Okay, even the interpolation, right, whatever we are using here, like this, we can declare it. For example, just if you put, right, h2 tag and then we use a interpolation. Okay, then I give the name property, and then if I give also, it will give the same result. Only there will be a space which will get added. Why? Because we have added a space over here. Okay, so that is how this complete thing works. So now we are not going to see this example because this is similar to this, right? So we'll see this particular example where in the h2 tag we have an inner text property. This inner text property is part of this tag. Okay, built-in Angular tag property. Okay, and what we are doing to this inner text, we are assigning this particular property which from the TypeScript. Okay, now we'll see what is the result that we are getting. Okay, so I just saved it. Okay, so now you have the result, right? So this both, right, it gives the same result, but the way it has been, the property has been called in the HTML, right? So that is the difference. Okay, so these are the two ways we can implement the one-way data binding. Okay, so any doubts in this one-way data binding or any other example, any other detailed information is needed, right? Do comment in the comment section. Also, I'll just give the video of my last video, right? Two-way data binding concept. I'll just give it in the description as well as in the video link. Okay, so just do check that also. Thank you.
Like, share, subscribe to my channel.